everyone, welcome back to Dreamy Writers Tarot. So I'm so excited to have you guys here. For today's topic, we're going to do another pick a card reading about your future spouse. So in particular, we're going to ask the tarot, what is your first date? Okay, your first get together with your future spouse. So I've prepared 3 piles for you to choose from. So you're going to explore it with tarot, with oracle, and also with some dates, numbers, letters. Okay, so we have here mermaid themed journal cards for today. So for the first pile, we have, look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Okay, it's actually a very pretty picture of this comb, like the one Ethereal used. And then for pile number 2, we've got no troubles, life is the bubbles under the sea. Okay, so it's very colorful themed. And then for pile number 3, we have this simple image. It's a coral. Alright, so pick out the pile that calls out to you the most, the one where you have a strong connection with. And then when you guys are ready, let's get started with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chosen this journal card, this one is for you. So for the first part, we're going to check we're going to do a vibe check on you and your future spouse energy. So I've drawn here 2 cards. So this one is person 1 and this one is person 2. So you could either be person 1 or you could either be person 2. So this is capturing the energy that you have within that day. And then for person number 1, they have the vibe check of make each day count. So when that day comes, on your very first date with your future spouse, someone, okay, it could be you or your future spouse, you're going to have this, strong YOLO vibe. They're going to be very happy-go-lucky. You're going to be very fun. It's like they're going to be very into that moment when you guys meet. Okay, so I'm also seeing here that currently when they with this person, okay, whoever this is, when they do go on to this date, they have this more casual approach to it. Not that they're not going to take it seriously, it's just that they're free, they're voiding themselves of expectations, any form of expectations. So there's this fear of the possibility, a fear of a possibility that this might not work. So therefore, they're going with the cool but detached approach in terms of this first date. And then we have here person number 2 as for guidance. So what I'm getting from this card is that they may not be in a good place, okay, when this first date does arrive, when this first date does happen. Okay, it could be that I'm seeing or I'm sensing that when this first date comes, this person has just recovered, one, is currently healing, or has just gone through a separation or a breakup. So they may not really be in a position, or at least that's what they're feeling, like they're not in a position or they're not in the mood to really take this date seriously. But I'm also seeing that they have this vibe, or they will have this energy wherein they would rather talk to their friends or ask for guidance in terms of what they're feeling. So they would rather talk about it, but then it's like they're fighting the urge to do that, even if there's those negative emotions that they're feeling, they're still fighting their way to to make things better. Okay, so that is for the vibe check. Now let's go with the tarot part. I have to take the cards out, guys. I'm so sorry. The space is quite limited. They'll put them here. Okay, now let's go with the tarot part of your first date. So this is the situation. The first few minutes, if you may, the first part of your first date, and then later on I'm also going to do another set of oracle cards explaining more in detail about what actually happens then. So for your first card, we have the Nine of Swords, and then we have the Hermit. We also have Strength card. Okay, sorry, first two cards. And then we have the Nine of Cups. And then we have here the King of Wands. Okay, it's a very interesting vibe. Okay, very interesting energy. So what I'm seeing here, immediately with the Nine of Swords and with the Hermit, is that, it's pretty much like a confirmation of the vibe check cards that we've discussed earlier. So Nine of Swords is actually, talking about fear. Okay, so when this date does come, for both of you, okay, whether you're person 1 or you're person 2, there's this innate fear of, one, things that might not work, or two, things, you or this person, probably messing this up. I'm also seeing that, one of you, specifically one of you, either you or this other person, they have a strong attraction to the other one. It's either you're going out, or you're going out with a crush, or your future spouse has a crush on you. So there's this strong anxiety connected with your first meeting or prior to your actual date. And then we have here Hermit. So this is also I'm also seeing here that for some of you, this could be the first date that you will have for a long time, after a long time. So let's say you've broken up with someone, or you haven't really gone on dates for a period of time, for a long period of time. So it could be you or both of you coming out of your shell and putting yourself out there again in the dating scene. I'm also seeing here that there are things that you hope you will not, there are topics or things that you hope would not be brought up, or you or this other person is trying to suppress yourself of talking about things, certain things, either because you want to completely avoid them, or also because of the possibility that this could ruin the date, the date itself. And I'm also seeing here on a lighter note, one of the first few impressions that you'll have is that the way that I'm seeing here is that at first it's going to be quite awkward for both of you. There's this strong moment of silence when you guys go out on your first date. It's like one is speaking and then the other one is just they're answering, but it's like you're giving this one liner or one word answers. So if you notice, like, this person is shedding light and then this person's like, oh my gosh, I think covering her face, like, did I say something wrong, or what should I say? It's very awkward, notably awkward on the first few minutes. Well, as with all first dates, I guess. And I would have here the Strength card. So what I'm seeing here is that, yes, it's a bit awkward at first, but then, eventually, things will start to pick up. Okay. I'm also seeing here that one of the, turning point, if that's the right term, or one of the things that could, turn this date around, is that there will be one certain topic, either one topic, one hobby, one show, like a hobby or an interest or a passion. There is something that you are either gatekeeping, or something that isn't normally liked by most people. It's like a secret hobby, if you may. So let's say it could be like for instance, witchcraft, or it could be, let's say, a very difficult branch of science or a sport, and not everyone practices it, like only a few people know about it. Or it could even be a singer, an artist that not many people are aware of, or a show. So you'll actually be quite surprised that this other person is also aware of this thing that you like, and not just aware, but they actually like it themselves. So that's one of the great icebreaker that would happen during the first date, okay, with your future spouse. And then we move to the Nine of Cups. Okay, so Nine of Cups is actually a very good energy right after the awkward phase coming in. So we have the awkward phase, and then we have the strengthening phase, and then we have here Nine of Cups. So Nine of Cups is actually giving, starting to spark some new emotions. Well, could be love at first sight for some, but it's starting to rekindle some things within you and then within this person that you thought was lost for quite some time. Okay, so there's going to be a feeling of giddiness, a feeling of excitement, being with this person. So after that great icebreaker, it's like you start the interest. Yes, there you go. Your interest with each other just starts to spark, and well, the negative emotions that we were talking about a while ago, it's still there. However, for some time, for first time I'm hearing the word split second, like for a split second, it's like you forget those things that are bothering you, that are hurting you or the other person, and then it gets to be replaced by happiness, excitement, or the feeling of a first time, something fresh, something new, and a message of hope, or a feeling of hope. And then King of Wands. Okay, now King of Wands is just giving me the energy that things are really going great. Okay, so from awkward phase to you literally talking about anything and everything under the sun. No more awkwardness, no more shyness, like all of a sudden you just feel like you can be open with this person, and this person feels the same way about you, without judgment, without anything. Like you can you can tell everything to this person under the sun. Okay, so that's the first part of your first date. Now let's go with the next part of your date. This is more detailed, and then later we'll move to the initial sting. So excuse me, for the Tea Leaf cards, you have Campbell. Involvement with the law, you have Firecracker. Excitement, there you go. And then you also have Ant. Work, achievement, success. Then you have Leg. Stepping into a new experience. And then we have Bowl. Plenty of material things. Okay. Cool. Alright, Gavel. So, with Gavel, what I'm picking up in here is that... Oops, sorry. Now I'm awkward. Anyway, with the Gavel, okay, what I'm seeing here is that after this, very awesome, very wholesome experience with this person, having deep talks and great laughs, the next part of your date is actually interesting. Okay, so after that, you will both have this agreement that you kind of want to do something that you've never done before, or you want to do something that you've always wanted to do, but then you never got the chance to do it, either with an ex or, just something in general. I'm also seeing here that actually I'm hearing the word speeding ticket. So for some of you, for the next part of, or what could possibly happen in your first date is that there's a speeding ticket, or there's some sort of traffic violation coming in terms of the law. And I'm also seeing here the possibility of, guilt. I don't know. Not really guilt in a, heavy sense, but rather guilt in a way as if, you're wondering if you should really push through with this or not, because Firecracker is saying that this is something that's really exciting. This is something that, would really turn up the adrenaline within you or this person. And then I'm also seeing that this is something exciting, so this is definitely something that was unplanned for both of you. And then Ant okay, Ant is saying that this, whatever you both agree to do, this will actually come out as a success. Okay, success meaning that you will be able to do it, one, and then the outcome of it is that you actually enjoy doing it. Like, you just feel so exhilarated with it. And then it's interesting that the ant, okay, being a small thing, and then is beside the leg card. So leg is talking about stepping into a new experience. So it's like, little by little you start to see things from a different light. In the most little, the smallest way, you start to take a peek into this new chapter of your life, into this new world that you might have. Okay, so it's almost as if there's that instant sureness that this is a future spouse. Okay, after spending this much time with this person, I definitely want to go out with them a little more. But again, there's still some fear connected with it. That's why there's this agreement, or there's just this mutual attraction or agreement rather between the two of you, that we're going to take things one step at a time, or little by little. And then to close off, bowl. Yeah, it's bowl, right? Okay, bowl, plenty of material things. So what I'm seeing here is that, well, a lot of message actually. One, for your first date, there's a big possibility that you both might end up spending more than you actually plan to. Well, that's one. And then two, I'm also seeing a possibility of souvenirs or gifts. Okay, maybe something that's bought, could be, but definitely on your first date with your future spouse, there's still some sort of souvenir, okay, memorabilia about the day that you both will keep. Okay, so there is that. Now let's move on to the last part of your reading, pile 1, which is the initials, months, and dates as promised. Okay, so just give me a few minutes to shake it up. Okay, there you go. Oh, a lot of letters. Okay, I'm just gonna bring some of them back, except letter A. I don't know, I feel like I should keep letter A. Okay, alright, so we have here for the letter, we have F, we have Z, we have K, we have A. So take what resonates, guys. We have C and then Z. Okay, we have G. Oops, sorry. We have S, we have N, we have T, we have D, and then we have two G's. We have R, we have X, and then we have B, and then we have and then last letter we have I. And then for the dates or for the numbers, we have 9 or 6, we have 2, we have 4, we have 1, we have 7. Okay, this one's 9. Okay, could be or 6 or 9, I don't know. Sorry, but you can take both. Take note of both. We have 0. Oh, what's this? Okay, there you go. We have another 1. and then we have 8, 3, and then for the months we have December, and then we have June. All right. Okay, so that's it for us for the initials and initials, dates, and months. File number 1. Thank you so much for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. So bye. Hi, pile number 2. If you've chosen this beautiful journal card, this reading is for you. So we're going to do like 3 quick parts for this reading. Sorry about that. And then we'll start off with the vibe check of, you and your future spouse, the first circumstances, the actual situation, and then later on we'll move to months, years, and initials. Okay, so for the vibe check, this is person 1, inspire others, and then this is person 2, accept struggles as lessons. So you could either be person 1 or person 2. So your future spouse could also be person 1 and or person 2. Okay, anyway, let's talk about person 1 first. Inspire others. So what I'm seeing here is that this person is ready to be in love again. Okay, they're very open. They're happy with their life. They feel fulfilled. They are no longer attached to the things that happened wrong in the past in terms of love. They're not afraid to love again. So in all sense, they're very ready to open themselves up with other people. And then we have here person number 2, accept struggles as lessons. So for this person, what I'm seeing is that it's actually 2 things. One, it could be that they are not yet over an ex or someone that they used to like, or that they like. Or it could also be that they are, when you guys are on a date, they actually like someone else. They like someone else, either that, but they're not together. It's just that, they like someone else, or they could still be in love with someone. But I'm seeing here an attachment. Okay, an attachment that of a connection that actually did not last, unfortunately. Okay, so that's a vibe check. Now let's go and proceed with the tarot to get to know more about the situation on the date night, the first few minutes. Okay, we have here the King of Pentacles. Next off, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. We also have the 2 of Pentacles. And then we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. Okay, wow. So let's go with the King of Pentacles first. And in here, what I'm seeing is that it's actually more in the venue. Okay, so with here, what I'm feeling is that, one, it's definitely happening at night. Okay, and this is a place or an event wherein everybody is well dressed. Everyone is looking their best. Everyone is looking posh. So most definitely it could be in a party. Okay, I'm hearing that for some of you, this is during prom night. For some of you, it could be in a seminar or in a party where everyone's wearing their dresses, or it could be in a business party wherein everyone is bringing their best foot forward. So either way, the setting is that it's fancy and everyone is looking their best. Everyone is physically looking and being at their best behavior. Now with the Wheel of Fortune and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, I'm seeing one message with both of them going hand in hand. Now what I'm getting here is that, well, there's something unplanned about being here. It could be that, one, you or this person, your future spouse, attendance to this event is either last minute, or it could be that they really don't want to be there, or you don't want to be there, but either way you're there, or then the person's there anyway. It could also be that on your first date, it's also unplanned, in a sense that when they were there, they had a different intention in mind of being there. It could be that when they went there, their purpose was, let's say if it's a business meeting, their purpose was to grow their network or win over a particular client. Or it could be, if it's in a prom, they were actually hoping to catch the attention of someone else. Or it could be that their purpose of being there was really just to have fun or to look their best. There was really a different intention, or a different purpose, or a different person in mind during that night. And then we have here the Two of Pentacles appearing in your reading. So what I'm seeing here, what I'm getting here, is that there's all of a sudden something that kind of put a twist in their plans. How we were talking about them being dressed, both of you being dressed actually, and then having a different goal in mind when you got there. But then this is actually the romantic part. But then both of you saw each other. Now there was it's different actually for everyone. For some of you, there was this instant physical attraction. Both of you caught each other's eye. It could also be that you both saw each other, but then you're like, okay, like the first time that you saw each other, there wasn't anything special at first. It's like, okay, just okay. Right? Since again, there was someone else in the picture. Now the interesting part here is that with the Three of Cups, okay, being in your reading, so this is where things actually started to turn around, kind of like a plot twist in your story. So all of a sudden something happened in the party. It could either be that one, for some it got cancelled all of a sudden, or the time allotted for the party was shortened. I'm also seeing that for some of you, the party just started to get boring. Like, okay, you want to step outside, like you don't want to be there for a while. Okay, all that socializing, especially if you're an introvert, it's like all of that socializing just started to drain you, just started to make you feel tired. And then for some of you, I'm seeing that you started to not like the crowd that was there. It could be that some of your friends or the people that are no longer with you, and then you kind of feel out of place. Or it could be that there were some games, or there were some parts of the program or of the party or in the event that you were no longer enjoying. Okay, so there's that important factor in your first date wherein there was something meh, or there was something wrong with the party. Okay, now let's move on to the third part of reading. So what happens then? Okay, so we have here rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over, probably being safe from that party. And then we have here cat, a two-faced friend. Oh no. And then we have forest, muddled, unclear thinking. We have frying pan. Ooh, trouble, accusations. And then we have here bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. Okay, so continuation. So the party got boring, or then something happened that you didn't like about the party. And then I'm seeing here that you caught their eye, or they caught your eye a while ago, right? Then all of a sudden you both find yourself in a situation wherein you were just interacting. For some of you, I'm seeing that, well, you stepped out of the venue, okay, you stepped out of the party to go outside, or, maybe you didn't go outside, it's just that you distance yourself from the happenings or from the events, and then your future spouse, okay, saw you there too, or they were there too. Okay, so it's like both of you isolated yourselves from the party, and then that's where the introductions started. Now, with the cat message appearing in your reading, what I'm seeing is that you were talking, you're having fun, and then all of a sudden someone else or other people are trying to hit on both of you. Okay, could be that there's a man approaching, or could be a woman, but I'm mostly feeling a man, like a man, approaching you, this turbulent conversation, or could be that they're trying to get the attention of you or of your future spouse. They're trying to distract you. There's people who are trying to get you or your future spouse attention. It's like they're competing for it, they're vying for it. Now, I'm also seeing the possibility here that, your friends, okay, your friends may be helping you out in the situation. There's this possibility for, it's a lot of energy for you guys. There's this instance, okay, possibility again, that you told some of your friends or some people that you know in the party that your future spouse, or your future spouse got your attention, or it could be the other way, and then they were actually helping you out. Could be that they happen to know your future spouse, and then they introduce you together, and then they were like acting as a bridge. Okay, like a bridge between the two of you. And there's still, even though you both isolated yourselves from the party, there's still some social energy, other people's energy surrounding both you and your future spouse. And then Forrest here tells me that because of this other energy mixing in with the two of you, wherein you just want to have some privacy, or talk alone, or basically just be left alone, like just the two of you, you both decide to go somewhere else. And that's where your first date actually happened. So this is actually spontaneous, this is unplanned, okay, and in spite of it, this is great. So you both go to somewhere, well, maybe something foresty, but one of the indication here is that it's green. So green could signify nature, could be that for example you went to the beach, or you went to some place where you can eat properly, like an actual proper dinner, or went to a coffee shop. But then the main energy that I'm seeing for all of you, okay, is that there's this lovely surrounding, lovely nature, or a lovely ambience surrounding your privacy now that you're finally left alone. And then frying pan is giving me the energy that things are starting to heat up. It could be that during your first date, there's a strong possibility that something physical, a physical connection, could already take place. Now it can be something as light as a kiss, or something a lot more intimate than a kiss. So it depends. It depends for you. At the end of the day, it's still your choice, but it could definitely lead to there. It's a strong fire energy coming in. And then we have here bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. But okay, actually for some of you, I'm feeling that you may have been attracted to pile number 1. Okay, so bag could be, well, a lot of things. excuse me. Well, one, bag is, pretty much like an emotional feeling, wherein, bag, like you got, the best thing that happened to you within that night. It could also be an indication that, remember a while ago we were talking about you or your future spouse having a different intention in mind when you attended that event, or being attracted to a different person. You're trying to get another person's attention when you went to the event. But then bag here is saying that maybe the initial goal was not met, but then again, at the end of the day, or at the end of this event, there was something much more better that both of you got, that both of you were able to bag. Okay, so there. Now let's move to the last part of your reading. Excuse me. Okay, so this time we will be talking about, or getting rather, the initials, months, dates, and initials of your first date with your future spouse. So if it's way too many, I might, bring back some, because I know that's not healthy. Okay, there you go. Alright, so for the letters we have I. Wait, I feel like I should get more. Pile number 1 got too much, but pile number 2 should have more. There you go. Okay, so we have here I, and then we have letter V and the letter Q. Okay, letter Z, letter M, then we have letter D, we have S, we have A, we have N, and another N, 2 N's, we have E, we have H. Okay, so it's up to you to pick up on the letters or the numbers. Chile, wow. Chill, cold night. Oh, we have X. Okay, and then we have M. Okay, then we have another M, and then we have U. Okay, this is number 3, this is number 2, and then this is number 1, 1, 2, 3, number 9. Oh, and then you have the month of November, and then you have, this is number 3 again, so 2 3s, and then you have, this is number 9. You have another H, C, the month of January. You have O, you have W, and then you have number 4. Okay, so there you have it for the for the initials, months, and date of your first date with future spouse. Okay, so that's it for us. Pile number 2. I hope you liked this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you so much for sticking around, and hopefully I get to see you guys on the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. If you've chosen this lovely coral journal card, this reading is for you. So we're going to do it 3 parts. First part, we're going to have a vibe check about person 1 and person 2's energy towards the first date. And then for the second part, we're going to check the first few minutes, of your date. And then third part is where we get into more details about the date. And then the last part, we're going to do an initial, months, and date charm in a way, relating to the first date with your future spouse. So that could be the initials of your future spouse, or the venue, the place, the date, where it will happen. Anyway, without further ado, let's go with the vibe check of you and your person's energy for the first card, we have forgive yourself. And then we have everyone has value. So you could be person 1 or person 2, or your future spouse could be 1 or 2, but we're going to check, okay, the energy or what is going through their mind while they are on the first date, or where you and your person is on the first date. And then for person 1, forgive yourself, what I'm seeing here is that this person has a very high expectation of themselves. Okay, it comes to a point wherein they are too harsh with themselves already. It's like they're very anxious to be perfect, or if something goes wrong, it's like they tend to say mean things about themselves, or they tend to punish themselves in a way, as if one thing that I'm seeing is that they deprive themselves of something. So let's say for person 1, what I'm seeing is that, hypothetically, okay, is that, let's say for instance, they have this target weight that they want to achieve, and then if this person does not achieve it at a certain period of time, it's either that they starve themselves, or it's either that they overfeed themselves, just so they get the target weight that they're achieving. Or it could be that, let's say in a test, in an exam, if they don't get their target score, they got a lower score than they usually do, or they're just not satisfied with the exam results. It could be that they study way too much, and then internally they may have this words that they're not aware of, that they're already putting themselves down. So it's also saying, possibly this is also a message from their future selves to forgive yourself, be more gentle with yourself. So that's pile number 1, vibe check. And then pile number 2, everyone has value. So this person is actually very warm. Okay, this person is warm. He or she is loving, they're kind, they're friendly. And most importantly, the most important vibe check of person number 2 is literally they see the good in everyone and in everything. Not that they're naive, it's just that they have this heart of gold that's full of love, full of happiness, and it's just so full that they actually want to share it with a lot of people, particularly with the other one. What I'm seeing here is that the energy, just from the energy that while I'm reading the cards, is that person 1 and person 2 already knows each other. It's just that they haven't really gone on a date yet. Okay, so let's move to part number 2. Okay, hold on. Let me just take the cards, and then let's go with your tarot. Okay, we have here the Page of Wands, and then we have the 2 of Swords. We also have the 5 of Swords, and then we have the 4 of Pentacles, and then we have the Justice in reverse. Okay, so pile number 3, for the first few parts, okay, or rather the events leading to your first date, here's how it goes from what I'm seeing. Page of Wands, so it's pretty much like a confirmation that this is someone that you've known. This could be for some of you a childhood friend, someone that you've known all your life, one. Or it could be that there's also this possibility that you've just met this person, but then again you have this really strong connection with them. It's like you just met for, let's say, a few months back, but then when you talk to each other, it's like the connection is really there. It's like the connection is really deep. It's like you know each other on a soul level. Okay, so either way, the common thing, regardless of the circumstances, that this is someone that you share a deep connection with. And then with the 2 of Swords appearing in your card, what I'm seeing here is that, well, actually the 2 situation could be that one person is dating casually. They date around. It could be that they keep on being in a relationship. Either it's not, they don't take it seriously, or it could be that they really don't commit. It's like it's just really a casual date kind of thing. And then I'm also seeing here that the other one, okay, is attracted to the other one. However, it's like the friend zone this person. Like they love them, but not in a way that the other person would hope that that it would be. Not the kind of love that the other person would hope it would be. So in a way, it's like at first, it feels like a dead end kind of thing. And I'm also seeing here that there seems to be acceptance that, okay, so we're just friends. There's this attraction, there's this romantic attraction, but then we're just friends. But then with the Five of Swords, I'm also seeing here that one of the circulating circumstances happening before you go on your first ever date is that one of you is going through this bad or this toxic relationship. And then we've talked about the other person accepting that this won't go beyond friendship. But then again, even so, there's still this sadness knowing that this other person deserves better. Yeah, if you don't, what I'm hearing verbatimly is that even if you don't like me or want to be with me as a couple, at least find someone, or at least be with someone who would treat you right, who would love you right, who won't hurt you, someone who would love you the same way that I love you, someone who would take care of you the way that I would take care of you if we were in a couple or if we're in a relationship. So there's actually disappointment not with the person but with the actual situation, because I'm also seeing some sort of anger with the with the partner, or with the partner, with the current person of the love interest or of your future spouse. It's like you have someone who is very loving, who is very unique, very awesome, and then what are you doing? Like, it's like, why are you taking them for granted? That kind of strong vibe check. But then with the Four of Pentacles, I'm seeing here sudden changes. So there's this acceptance that, okay, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of persistent with every card. Now, Four of Pentacles here, what I'm seeing is that, yes, there's this acceptance already. Now, this person who has been friend-zoned is ready to move forward, look for another person to actually be with them, and then that's when they start to change some things about themselves. Change in a sense that, they want to improve themselves. So the other person starts to look good. Okay, they start to change how they dress. They start to do the things that they want to do. They dress better, they look better, they eat better. Basically, they take care of themselves. Or it could also be that, they start to finally focus on their goals and, just really focus on other areas. Be their best version of themselves. And then, that's when the attention of the other person starts to shift. It's like, okay, this is interesting, because look at how the woman is speaking, or how the woman is looking. It's like, okay, like I never saw this, side of you. And, all of a sudden, they also start to realize that I also never thought that, all along I've had this attraction for you too. But then again, what to do now? Okay, Justice here in reverse is saying, so what to do about it now? I mean, I'm already in a relationship, or this person is already in a relationship, and this person is already moving on with their life, going forward. But then it's like, what would happen now? Now, in here, Justice in reverse, I'm also seeing that with regards to this situation, Yes, yeah, okay, this may be the end of it, but at least let me tell you how I feel about you. And then that's where we move on to the next part of your reading. So let's move to the tea leaf cards now. Okay, so we have here Lion, time to act. And then we have Cane, pay attention to your health. We have Wind Chimes, peace and harmony. Okay, we have Dragon, beware of self-delusion. And then we have, I have Thor, opportunities are waiting for you. Okay, now a few details about your first date, pile number 3. For one, I'm seeing that it could happen not really in literally broad daylight, but the place is bright. Okay, so it's bright. It's possible, it's highly possible that it's not happening in the evening, but probably early evening, or where there's still a little bit of light. But then what I'm strongly seeing here is that it's bright. The actual place is bright when you have your first date. And then line here is saying that on your first date there is already confession of feelings. Okay, so this is kind of like a no holds barred kind of thing. So all of the things that you want to say to this person, and all of the things that this person wants to say to you, it all of a sudden comes out into the open. And then Cain here is Cain here is giving us the energy of catharsis. It's like, finally, since everything is out in the open, since everything is out in the air, there's this relief. And I'm also seeing that there's also a message of mutuality coming in. So either you or this person confesses your feelings, your emotions, and then you'll be a bit surprised, like holding on, because you were not prepared for what was coming. You were not prepared for what this other person would be saying. Now this is also specific, but I'm seeing the color brown as well in your date. So it could be that there's, particularly with food, it could be coffee or chocolate, or it could be that the actual venue is brown in place. There's like a lot of brown color surrounding your first date. And then it's also cool. So there you go. So it's, the place is bright, it's brown, and then it's cool. Which is saying that it's cool. It's someplace that's windy and cool. And then after the confessions happen, there's this peace coming in. There's going to be this moment of silence for a short time. And then afterwards, after the calm comes the decisions made. Now it could be instantaneously that for some of you, once the emotions are out, you finally decide to be together. But then Dragon here saying that there will still be a lot of challenges or people coming in between you and this new relationship. It could be that there's a partner, right? There's another partner that we've been talking about. It could be that that person will be stopping you and your future spouse from actually being together. Or it could be that there were other people or there are circumstances that would hinder you from actually being together. But either way, with the door card appearing in your reading, it's saying that no matter how, no matter who, once you are able to surpass this dragon, you will be able to enter into one of the best things that could actually happen in your life, which is again meeting this and being with the love of your life, basically speaking. Okay, now let's move forward with the initials the months, and the dates, the numbers for your reading. So this can also be names, or names of venue, dates. So let's see for pile number 3, you guys. Okay, there you go. Okay. Alright, so for the letters, you have Y, you have C, and then you have Z, and then you have then you have M, you have V, you have O, you have K, you have N, you have X, and then you have D, you have H. Okay, you also have the letter Q, you have U, you have another letter U. Oh, and then you have the month of September. You have 0. This is a number. Then we have another letter M. And then we have the number 3. 30. Okay. Then we have this is number 9. And then we have letter T, letter L, letter Y, letter F, September, and then letter T again. Okay, so a lot of repeating numbers, or letters rather. Then we have number 9, and then we have number 1. Just September. Okay, let me see if I can put at least 1 or 2 more dates for you guys. So what was the first thing that comes out? Okay, hold on, I will get you months, you guys. Okay, there you go. We have November, and then we have January. Okay, and then we have now that was too much. Now we have October. Alright, so yeah, that's it for us. Pile number 3. I hope you liked this video. I hope this was able to help. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I get to see you guys on the next video. Bye!